Shabbat Shalom. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Shabbat service here at Temple Beth. For those folks here in person and those tuned in from home, welcome. We begin our service tonight with Shir Adonai Shir Chadash on page 344, about halfway down the page. Let's join together.
Shir Adonai Kol Haaretz, Shir Adonai Shir Chadash, Shir Adonai Kol Haaretz, Shir Adonai Shir Chadash. Sing unto God on the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shir Adonai Kol Haaretz, Shir Adonai Shir Chadash. I will sing unto God a new song.
So welcome in Shabbat. We're about to light the candles and recite the blessings over those. So pages 3 and 2. I'd like to invite up Alice Greenwood for the honor of lighting the candles.
Help me perfect my ways of loving and caring. Inspire me to make myself whole so that I may honor your name and create a world of justice and peace. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahad l'kner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
We continue speaking of light. Ozarua la tzadik. We are on the bottom of page 14. Light is sown for the righteous. Let's see.
Ozarua la tzadik, uyeshrei lev simcha. Ozarua la tzadik, uyeshrei lev simcha. Ozarua la tzadik, uyeshrei lev simcha. Uyeshrei lev simcha. Ozarua la tzadik, uyeshrei lev simcha. Uyeshrei lev simcha. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la. Ozarua la tzadik, uyeshrei lev simcha. Ozarua la tzadik, uyeshrei lev simcha. Ozarua la tzadik, uyeshrei lev simcha. Uyeshrei lev simcha. Ozarua la tzadik, uyeshrei lev simcha. Yisrael lesimcha. La 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 la.
We turn to page 20 and 21 for Lechadodi. Say welcome in the Shabbat bride. And as usual, we're going to be doing stanzas 1, 2, 5, and the last one, 9. For that one, we're going to be rise and facing the door. And for those guys at home, wherever the Shabbat bride might come in there. Page 20.
Lechadodi likat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor וזכור בדיבור אחד, ישמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשמו תפארת ולתהילה. לחדודי לקראת כלה יללי יללי יללי, בני שבת נקבלה. לחדודי לקראת כלה יללי יללי יללי, בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם יסוחר. סוף מעשה במחשבה תהילה. לחדודי לקראת כלה יללי יללי יללי, בני שבת נקבלה. לחדודי לקראת כלה יללי יללי יללי, בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי. אורי אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לחדודי לקראת כלה יללי יללי יללי, בני שבת נקבלה. לחדודי לקראת כלה יללי יללי יללי, בני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לחדודי לקראת כלה יללי יללי יללי, בני שבת נקבלה. לחדודי לקראת כלה יללי יללי יללי, בני שבת נקבלה.
All right, please have a seat. And while we're on the welcome train, we continue with Shalom Aleichem for the Shabbat Angels on page 24.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Baruch hu ni leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Zeitem leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu.
Turn to page 26 for the Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah. Yamad yivrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yomechon u'v'chayei kol Beit Yisrael bagala bagala u'v'zman kariv v'imro Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olam me'omaya yitbarach yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitbar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal Shemei Dekudisham Richu le'elamim kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran me'alma ve'imro.
Amen. About to rise, as you're able, of course, on page 28 for the Baruch Hu, our call to worship. Those folks at home, if you could face east, wherever that is from your place.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach. Le'olam va'ed.
On page 31 on the top, we read together. Praise
Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide.
Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows.
Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim.
Join together for Ahavat Olam, page 32.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael, Amecha ahavta. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו למדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. תהייהם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה. ועבדך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני. אוהב עמו ישראל, שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד.
Please have a seat. Join together on page 36 for Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך, בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Turn to page 41 and read together in the English. Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
Ya ba bim bim ba, ya ba bim bam, ya ba bim bim ba, ya ba bim bam, ya la 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 la, ya ba bim bam, ya lai 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 lai, ya ba 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 bim bam. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar lakodesh, Norat Elot osef ele, Norat Elot osef ele, Malechotecha rahovanecha, Okei ayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam zeli zeli anu ve'amru Adonai imloch leolam va'ed. Hey, ya ba ba bim bim bam, ya ba 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 bim bam, ya ba ba bim bim bam, ya ba 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 bim bam, ya lai 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 lai, ya ba 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 bim bam, ya lai 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 lai, ya ba 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 bim bam. Ve'nemar kifad Adonai et Yaakov, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
Vashkevenu, returning to page 43 for a creative version by Noah Aronson, set to music.
Join with us as you know it. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashivenu, Leshalom. And understanding among us, let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. And understanding among us, let peace and friendship be our shelter.
Baruch atah Adonai, הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו, ועל כל עמו ישראל, ועל ירושלים. Turn the page. We're going to be joining in together for Shamu on the next page on the top.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המריד עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרית עולם. כי ששת ימים, כי ששת ימים, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרית עולם.
Right. With this, we turn to the Amidah, the standing prayer, beginning on page 46. Please rise as you're able. Folks at home, please do, and facing east, wherever that is from your direction.
Adonai, sifatai tiftach, ufia giteiladecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh u'kedoshim b'chol yom yahallelu chaselah. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Please have a seat. We read together on page 55 on the top. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Page 57 in the middle, together. Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands, you are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levadecha be'yirah na'avod. For Modim, our prayer of thanksgiving, page 58. Take a moment as we are also entering the end of this year already, 2021. What are some of the things you're grateful for that happened during this year? And the next couple of weeks, and of course, looking forward, what we're going to be looking forward in 2022. But for now, what is something that you're grateful for this year? If you want to share this, please feel free to do so. First of all, Cantor, want to kick us off?
So I think I am very happy about being able to sing together as a community at the end of 2021, because we had so much time when we couldn't do that, and I missed it very much. What about you, Rabbi?
Gee whiz, well, ask me, no? I'm really grateful that this year and also like the next year, it's already at the halfway point of my interim year here at Temple Beth. Time flies when you're having fun. I'm really grateful that I can be here with you guys this year. It's been really wonderful. Really grateful also to have a wonderful cantor to work with and a wonderful community here. So I'm really grateful for that. So thank you. Anybody else who wants to share something from you guys? Please feel free. Yes. Yes. Friends, big one. There you go. Family, alrighty. Seeing family again after all these years of quarantine, of course, wonderful. Somebody else? Folks, homework for like next week's like now looking some bit more deeper into ourselves. What is something to be grateful for, and also of course looking forward. I'm sure it's been a long year. It's been a long year, I know, but I'm sure there have been some wonderful moments in there as well, despite all. So I hope to hear some of those in the future then. Together on the bottom of the page, the Fatima, let's join together. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. For prayer of peace, Shalom Rav, page 60. Let's join together.
Join with us. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav ישראל עמך תשים לעולם, וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם, שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם, תשים לעולם, תשים
ברוך אתה אדוני, המברך את עמו ישראל, בשלום. Take a moment of silence now for the prayers of our heart. And please feel free to use the readings page 62, 63 if you'd like. We're gonna come back on the bottom of that page in a moment.
היו לרצון אמרי פי, היו לרצון אמרי פי, ויום ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי וגואלי. Oh, may the words of my mouth, the meditations of my heart be acceptable before you. Oh God, my rock and my redeemer. Oh, say shalom bimromah. Oh, yeah, say shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru, ve'imru. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Where you lead, I will follow anywhere that you tell me to. Anybody here know the Gilmore Girls? It used to be a very successful TV show that ran for 7 seasons in the early 2000s, which centered around the lives of a mother-daughter duo, the eponymous Lorelai and Rory Gilmore, from a little New England town in Connecticut named Stars Hollow. Lorelai got pregnant with Rory as a teenager, so there's not much age difference between the two, which is why they're more like friends than your typical mother and daughter. Lorelai's parents, Rory's grandparents, are the stereotypical WASPs, complete with membership in the Daughters of the American Revolution, high society teas, and other pretentious upper-crust organizations. The differences between those 3 generations are a core part of the show. Even as an adult, Lorelai is still rebelling against her stiff and hoity-toity parents, running a bed and breakfast in Stars Hollow, living together with her boyfriend Luke, who owns the local diner. Her daughter Rory seems to take more after the grandparents, who are thrilled to see her become an honor student at Yale and also enter into the world of polite society and cotillions. While they're all part of the same family, each generation has its very own character and attitude, which often leads to a tight atmosphere at their weekly Friday night dinners at the house of the grandparents. Now, why do I bother telling you about the Gilmore Girls? Well, this week's Torah portion, Vayechi, the final one in the book of Genesis, we learn about another moment of generational transition. After his move to Egypt together with the rest of the family, Patriarch Jacob, his life draws to a close. So he calls on his 12 sons to his deathbed for a final blessing. The Torah text closes after his blessings. Kol ele shiftei Yisrael, 12, וזאת אשר דיבר להם אביהם, ויברך אותם, איש אשר כברכתו ברך אותם. These are the tribes of Israel, 12 in number, and this is what their father said to them, blessing each one of them with a blessing appropriate to them. These are the 12 tribes of Israel. Something I was always wondered about was why us Jews are called the Bnei Yisrael, the children of Israel, and not the Bnei Avraham or the Bnei Yitzchak. Why isn't our name connected to one of those 2 patriarchs? This week's Torah portion teaches us what it is that makes Jacob, Israel, stand out from the other patriarchs. Jacob is the one whose children actually all remain Jewish. Abraham had many children, 8 in number total, among them Isaac and Ishmael. But it's only Isaac who continues on Abraham's tradition and lineage. Every time Abraham felt that one of his children did not live up to continuing his mission, he sent them away with gifts and cut off any contact with them. Patriarch Isaac had 2 sons, Jacob and Esau, but it's only Jacob who continues on the family condition, the family tradition. Freudian slip, oh my, not Esau. Unlike Abraham, Isaac wasn't very strict with his children. To him, they could do no harm, no evil, and he pretty much left them on their own devices. So Jacob's approach to parenting was different from both of them. Rather than sending his children away if they did not behave and develop the way he wanted them to, or not even getting involved in his children's lives, Jacob sets up clear expectations for them and actually holds them responsible for their actions, good or bad. He doesn't stop doing so even on his deathbed, where he praises and admonishes his sons for their behavior. This ongoing care and involvement with his children is what ultimately keeps all of them part of the mishpacha, who pass on the family legacy. In the Talmud, Jacob is called Hazaken, literally means the old man. It's an interesting title if you think about it, as Jacob seems to have a shorter life than any of his parents or of his father or grandfather. Parsha tells us that Jacob lived 147 years compared to Abraham, who lived 175 years, and Isaac even 180 years. So why does he deserve this special title? The rabbis teach that Jacob was the only one of the patriarchs who actually interacted with his grandchildren. Both Abraham and Isaac lived long enough to see grandchildren, Isaac even his great-grandchildren, but we have no report in the Torah that Abraham and Isaac actually interacted with them. Jacob, on the other hand, actually goes out of his way to give his grandchildren a special blessing, Ephraim and Menashe, which we still use to this day to bless our children on Shabbat. Yesimcha Elohim ke Ephraim v'chi Menashe. May God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh. Even Rabbi Soloveitchik, the great modern Orthodox rabbi, teaches that if a person has a relationship with the generations before them, they will influence his or her own sense of identity. A strong feeling of connection to the past, an awareness of being part of something bigger, can give us a completely different attitude towards our own heritage, which is connected with and transmitted through our relationships. This is what ultimately earns Jacob the title Hazaken. It is only by his continuous care and interaction with his children, and especially his grandchildren, that really ensured the passing of the family legacy. While we may stray in our lives and sometimes choose to become the complete opposite of our parents, just like our Gilmore girl, Lorelei, it's the ongoing relationships and productive dialogue with those that came before us and those coming after us that ultimately secure the passing of our heritage, Ledor Vador, from generation to generation. Shabbat Shalom. For announcements, I'd like to invite up Maddie Plumer, who's going to be joined in virtually for the announcements.
Shabbat Shalom.
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 Thank you all for joining us, whether in person or at home. Rabbi, I really enjoyed your sermon on the
Thank you.
different parenting styles, and I hope to have some influence on my grandchildren by the lessons I leave. You only hope, right?
There you go.
Thank you for all those who made tonight's a Shabbat service possible. Thank you to Rabbi TV and to Cantor Fine. Thank you to Debbie Japp on piano. Thank you to Sean Bertel for security, for Rainey Carlin, who's covering sound and streaming, and to all of our service supporters and ushers, as well as Alice Greenwood, who did the candle lighting. All of the upcoming events mentioned can be found in the order of worship, handed out, and found on the website, the temple website, the Shabbat Shalom email sent out on Thursdays each week, and the Temple Bethel website calendar and the monthly bulletin. They are all on Zoom. If you cannot find this information or do not receive either the monthly bulletin or the weekly Shabbat Shalom email, please contact the office through phone or email. Some of the things coming up: on Saturday, we have Torah study and Shabbat service at 9 o'clock and 10. Our Saturday worship experience begins with Torah study from 9 to 9:45, followed by services beginning at 10. All are invited. On Saturday evening at 7:30, we will have our Hafdalah ceremony. Upcoming events: Sisterhood is having an empanada cooking class taught by Madeline Pimentel Diaz Tuesday night, and this is for Sisterhood members. Once you RSVP to this, you will receive a recipe and a Zoom link. For all members of Temple Bethel, I highly recommend finding comfort in a comfortable prayer. It's a sisterhood-sponsored event for all Temple members on Sunday, January 9th from 2 to 3:30. Please join us for this inspirational presentation by Dr. Madeline Katz. In every presentation I've ever heard of, in which I have been a participant, I am deeply moved by her words. Registration and Zoom link will be sent out next week. The Temple office will be closed on Friday, December 24th and Friday, December 31st. As always, if you need help or are willing to help those in need, please contact Temple clergy, staff, or leadership. Please stay safe and healthy. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thanks, Maddie.
Thanks, Maddie. In the midst of our Shabbat rest, we take a moment to think of those who need of healing, of body, mind, and soul. If there's anybody here from your thinking who is in need of that, please feel free to share their names. Of course, those at home, please feel free to share their names in the chat as well. So we join together in our plea for healing, the Misheberach on page 253 in the middle.
May the source of strength, oh bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor Abraham leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Ginny, with the concluding prayers of our service, first the Aleinu, page 282 on the bottom. Please rise as you're able. Folks at home as well, facing east.
Aleinu l'shapeach l'Adon hakol, לתת גדולה לעושה בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please have a seat. In the midst of our Shabbat rest, we also think of those who are no longer with us. Is anybody here who's in a period of mourning, of Shiva or Shlashim, the first 7 or 30 days after the death of a loved one? Please rise at this moment. Folks at home as well. Don't know of any names if you would like to share whom you're commemorating. To you, we extend the traditional words of consolation. Adonai hinachem etchem, betoch she'ah havalei Zion v'Yerushalayim. May God console you with all who mourn in Zion and Jerusalem. And to those who are marking the Yahrzeit, the anniversary of the death of a loved one, please rise at this moment. From our community, commemorate the following: Emmett Amel, Warren Barty, Anna Brusser, Richard Burnett, Wally Carlson, Ida Cohn, Kate Dawson, W. John Driscoll, Walter F. Etzikson, Miriam Goldstein, Bernard Gorenstein, Mildred Greenwood, Wayne Hollingsworth, Val Wayne Hubbard, James Lindsay, Victor Lyon, Robert Madlam, Aileen Margulis, Ruela Milton, Eugene Peace, Jerome Perlman, Terry Robinson, Joseph Rome, Esther Rosen, Muriel Selden, Maurice R. Schochet, Ethel Simon, Rachel Stahl, Sophie Sussman, Frank Sussman, Fred Townsend, Matthew White, and Bluma Udelson. Is there anybody else whose name was not mentioned yet? Please feel free to add. Those at home, please feel free to add names in the chat if you have any. We rise as a community, is about to recite the Mourner's Kaddish on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirotei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'vyomechon u'vchayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'a v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, Vitada, vitale, vitalal, shmei de kudesha, brichu, leila min kol birchata, v'shirata, tush bechata, v'nechemata, da miran be'alma, v'imru, amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'momav, u'yaseh shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memory be a blessing. Please have a seat. Before we close, we already had thank yous. Just want to mention those folks who are literally standing out in the cold, making sure, keeping us safe. Sean Bothell, the head of our security committee, and also our service supporters and ushers earlier, Larry Schlassel. Thank you so much. I think I also saw Vivian Morrison out there, so thank you to everybody who had a part in the service. Appreciate it. All right. And Cantor, we're going to close with a special Enkelohenu open.
Yes, we're going to Yes, we're going to conclude with a Sephardic Ein Kelohenu that has both the Hebrew and the Ladino texts, which you can find on page 327. 327. Join with us. Ein Kelohenu, ein Kadonenu, ein Kemokenu, ein Kemoshienu, non como nuestro Dios, non como nuestro Señor, non como nuestro Rey, non como nuestro Salvador. Mi Eloheinu, mi Adonenu, mi Malkeinu, mi Moshienu, ¿quién como nuestro Dios? ¿Quién como nuestro Señor? ¿Quién como nuestro Rey? ¿Quién como nuestro Salvador? No del Eloheinu, no del Adonenu, no del Malkeinu, no del Moshienu. Lo haremos a nuestro Dios, lo haremos a nuestro Señor, lo haremos a nuestro Rey, lo haremos a nuestro Salvador. Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu. Bendito nuestro Dios, bendito nuestro Señor, bendito nuestro Rey, bendito nuestro Salvador. Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. Tú sos nuestro Dios, tú sos nuestro Señor, tú sos nuestro Rey, tú sos nuestro Salvador. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. And for the Kiddush, I'll be joining on page 5
Thank you.
of the book.
You will rise, please join with us. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kosho ואהבה ורצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה וראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. קירבנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת לחיים. I like it.
That's someone.
I'm the only one. All right. We join together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'tei avon. Avon. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for tuning in. Shabbat Shalom.